Okay, go ahead.
Good morning, Broad Creek sports fans. Let's talk about some sports. It was funny. One of my sons said to me this weekend, "There's no sports this weekend." And I said, "The Olympics. It's only every 4 years. There's sports on 24 hours." So, first, let's start with the NFL. We did have the All-Star game this weekend. Of course, the American Conference significantly won that one. The last time when I quit watching it, it was 41-21, and they weren't even tackling each other. So I think it's one of those games where nobody wants to get hurt. It's an honor to be selected, but the game really doesn't mean a lot. And then we have the game that means everything coming up on February the 13th, Super Bowl Sunday. That will be Joe Burrow of LSU with the Cincinnati Bengals versus Matthew Stafford, who's now a veteran but also was a Georgia quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams. So that one should be a lot of fun, particularly for Southeastern Conference fans, because both of those quarterbacks are products of the SEC. So that's going to be exciting next week, and I'm sure Tricia will have a board there for everybody to acquire squares. Okay, that's the NFL. We really have one event left, and it's the biggest event of the year. And also, there promises to be great commercials, as usual. Also, we had a really big, if you're an ACC basketball fan, we had a really big game this weekend, which was the North Carolina Tar Heels hosting the Duke University Blue Devils. And it was Mike Krzyzewski's last game in the Dean Smith Stadium, or the Dean Dome as it's called, and he'll be retiring this year. University of North Carolina had their first year coach, who's been assistant coach for years also, as Roy Williams retired this year. So that was a very nostalgic game, and Duke ran away with it, winning by over 20 points. So it was a good end for Krzyzewski's reign. Disappointing, I'm sure, for all the Tar Heel fans. So that was an exciting event, but turned out to be a little lackluster. Duke is ranked 9th this year, and unfortunately, for the first year in many years, University of North Carolina is not even in the top 25. As we edge our way to March Madness and the playoffs in NCAA, Auburn is actually squeaked by Georgia over the weekend and is in first place. So that one is, I don't think Auburn has been in first place since Charles Barkley was there. So that's been a long time for Auburn to be in first place as well. Also, we have the NBA. As you know, I'm a Hornets fan, and the Hornets are 9th in the Eastern Conference out of 10 teams, so it's not real pretty there. They did have 4 home games this week. They had two over the weekend, and 2 more this week, all at home after a long, pretty successful road trip. They've lost every game. They lost a terrible game on Thursday night, where they lost 101-100. It was extremely disappointing, and some really bad calls. that the league acknowledged, but of course there's no going back on it. And they played the Miami Heat also this weekend, and Miami's looking really good. They're actually tied for first in that division as well. And we have some hockey, and I haven't checked today to see the standings in hockey, but I know we are in the middle of the playoffs, and I'll report more on that one this week. And starting this past week, really exciting, is the Winter Olympics in Beijing. It's on, as I said, almost 24 hours a day. You can watch curling curling is even better than golf as far as going to sleep. It's really, I've never been able to, and I've consciously been watching for about 12 years, I've never been able to figure out the scoring or the object in curling. So you can watch that one typically on 25 or 26 on ESPN pretty much anytime. There has been some exciting skiing, some really great women's snowboarding. Saturday night was a lot of fun, and America was able to take a medal there. The ice dancing has been just thrilling. That's another great one to sleep to. And the women's downhill last night was extremely exciting. So we're watching a lot of snowboarding. We'll be looking forward to Shaun White's last Olympic run before he goes into retirement. He said his ailments, I think he's about 36 now, and Shaun White really started as a child phenom in the Olympics and has won plenty of medals. He did squeak one out in the last Olympics, and hopefully Shaun will be able to get one this year before he retires as the old man, where most of these new snowboarders at 18, 19, 20 years old have really grown up watching Shaun White and his amazing snowboard acrobatics. So we'll look forward to that, as well as the women's group, which is some spectacular acrobatic jumping and sliding. Oh, also a good one I saw the other day was some great luge work. That one is where they're going 90-some miles an hour on a tiny little fiberglass sled. Is pretty spectacular too. We did see some people sliding without the sled a few times, and so that is exciting. One of the craziest sports I've ever seen is the skeleton, which is really a luge head first. So they're going 90-some miles an hour down this half-tube track, long half-tube track that takes them about 45 seconds. No, yeah, 45 seconds to get down it, and they're head first at 98 miles an hour. That's one I don't understand yet. And this year is going to be the first year of the single-person bobsled, so that'll be an interesting one too. We've seen the 2-man and the 4-man bobsled, but this is going to be the single athlete bobsled for the first time as well, so that should be a lot of fun. Alpine skiing is another one to watch. That's a lot of air that people are getting there, and it's pretty amazing sports all the way around. Speed skating has been fun. to watch. That's a great little race. They've had the short race already, and so we'll have some of those longer races. The Netherlands always does great in those. They have some great speed skaters, but we also have new athletes coming along all the time. So snowball fighting has not quite made it to the Olympics yet, but I'm hoping that that one will be a good one in the future. Maybe we'll have some baseball players participating in the Winter Olympics as snowball fighters. So we'll look forward to that one in the future. Enjoy the Olympics, enjoy the NBA, enjoy the hockey playoffs. We're headed toward the Stanley Cup, and college basketball, we're looking forward to March Madness, which almost ends in April. It goes on so long. So thank you for having me. Thanks for tuning in, and I can't wait to get back over there live so I can ramble on with some interaction. Thank you.